Hi everybody, it's Christina at Scrapcraft and Stitchery, and I kind of want to just take a moment to show you what I'm working on and what I'm going to continue to work on in the coming months. These are the two journals that I have been working on, and I've started this other journal which is not covered yet completely. It's partially covered, but I want to talk to you about that, really just kind of a brief rundown of what I'm working on. So this is my minimal maxi journal, which I have been working on and I kind of took a break from, but I'm gonna get back to it. So I have one whole page here that I've done and many more, and this is going to be an inspirations journal. So it's just going to be quotes that I find meaningful. So the first page I did a quote by William Wordsworth, and it's "Fill your paper with the breathings of your heart." So that is kind of what this journal is. So I'm excited to get back to this and kind of start to fill it in. And it's a minimal maxi journal because it is small but mighty, and I just like the size, so I wanted to play around with that. So I have this. I'm going to continue to work on this, so look for these videos. I hopefully will be posting those on Tuesday as I work my way through those. And I'm a little bit behind, so hopefully I can keep up with the schedule. I have a job interview tomorrow. I've been unemployed since March, so I'm looking forward to that, but it's a part-time job, so hopefully I can continue to post here on my regular schedule. And this is my modern collage junk journal, and I made both of these journals. You can find on my channel where I made these, and this is just a beautiful journal where it is made out of copy paper, just printer paper that I have a abundance of, and so I'm working on filling this in with beautiful artwork and collage. And so there is that there. But what I'm really excited about right now is this journal here, because while I was doing the July Junk Journal Challenge, I just had a lot of little bitty leftovers on my desk, and I wanted a place to stick them. And this here is, my idea with this is to spend at least 10 minutes a day working in this journal. And I've started it. I built it in a weekend, and this one is the same binding technique as this one, and it's a 9x6 format because I cut down some 12x12 scrapbooking paper to make this. I really love this journal format, and I haven't put a cover on it, and that is kind of a thing that I do sometimes. I seem to start working on things before I get them covered, which is fine. I'll decide what I want to do with the cover. I just wasn't sure what I wanted to do. But I've started filling this in, and this is really, I haven't been using my writing journal, and I wanted to, so I wrote out what this journal is, and it's kind of just an everything journal, and I'm calling it a visual journal. So I've made a page right here. This will be the front cover, and this is just a place for me to put pink things. So I put some stickers that I've found, and this is, I put a book plate here that just says "From the Library of Me," and I put Teeny because my partner calls me Teeny, and he's so cute. And this is just a piece that I had made and decided not to use, so I put it on there, and I'm just going to put pink things on there along with this not pink witch cat. Anyway, and so I've started working on this, and I wanted to show it to you because a lot of times people ask, like, what is a junk journal and what can you do with it? And the answer is really anything you want. And so, like, this journal has a very specific purpose, and I'm going to fill it with, like, kind of inspiration, things that I find inspirational, and just some pretty artwork and mixed media work. And I'll put a quote on every page so that when you pick it up, you can just, it's a quotes book, right? And this is a really beautiful thing. And then this is just kind of for fun, and it's a glue book, I guess. But I've started to do some like mixed media kind of pages in here, and I did this on my channel. And this is just some paint that I've scraped off that was left over from, I assume, this other page. It looks like it's kind of the same colors. Anyway, so that's a background, and I'm starting to fill this in. This looks like I actually glued this piece of paper in after I scraped it off. Isn't that pretty? Oh my gosh, this could be so much fun. This I post on Saturdays, work on there. But I want to do this for 10 minutes a day. This is my journal. This I wrote, this is a piece of stationery, and I did this last night, and I'll show that to you later on in this video, but it's just a reflection on July and what I hope to do in August. And so there's that, and that just tucks into, there's this book page that I've included, and I put some pockets on here for a text space because, you know, and this was a card that I got in some Happy Mail, and I thought it was really pretty, and I'm just starting to build this journal up out of things that I find in my life where I got really crazy about doing some fussy cutting and doing some just collage, and I found this boy and I cut him out as well, and I'm looking for a home for him. And then I did this last night as well, so you'll see that. And I've just made a pocket out of, this was the thing, I was getting some Happy Meal ready, and I found this, and I found this ad for coffee, and it was so pretty, and I just kind of decorated these pages with this. And I'll probably find a picture of my boyfriend to put in here, and I can do some journaling on this card, and I'll decorate the back of that eventually. 10 minutes a day is not very much, and that's not a hard rule. It's just kind of like something that you know, I'm kind of trying to figure out where I'm going to put this boy. He's so just pretty. So I made this journal because I was going along, and I haven't been writing in my writing journal, and this is my 100-day challenge, and I wrote about why I want to do this, and it's kind of goofy what I wrote, but this is just a piece of, I mean, seriously, copy paper that I had printed something out, and I had some edges, you can see right there where it printed, just scrap, and I colored it in because I want to get back to just journaling for a little bit every day. And I've kind of gone in, and like I said, I've started to put stuff in here, and I'm just kind of randomly finding places. So one of the things I wanted to do with this journal, and I'm really thinking I'm going to make another one here coming up very soon, I was kind of challenging myself to include, this one's got copy paper, and I think that's great, but as a basis, but I see other people and they just have such beautiful journals that I really kind of wanted to include some of my pretty things and make a journal out of that. So I was really pushing myself to add lots of different pages to this, and that's another thing where I was fussy cutting something out and gluing it down, and I just love that. Anyway, so I wanted to show you this because I am going to continue to really work in this journal, and that's one of the things that I'm going to be showing you. And this is kind of my personal writing journal. As you can see, I have been writing in it already. I wrote kind of an intention for this, and this is just a, like I said, it's my visual journal for everything. Playing with markers, scrapbooking, diary, sketchbook, say anything, dreaming about what I want to be, recipe book, organizer, planner, using up my washi tape. I think I had grabbed some washi tape and stuck down. And here I had this beautiful paper that I had sprayed, and this was the leftovers, and it was already kind of in strips. So I just glued it in here, and I wrote a little tiny blurb about what I was doing every day for a week or so. It's not necessarily like exactly a week, but I'll probably make another one of these just to kind of show you what kind of things I'm putting in these, so you can see. And I'm just looking for a place to put this guy. And this is my 10 minutes a day journal, where I can do a little bit of journaling myself and a little bit of gluing, and I can draw pictures, just really whatever. But really I just kind of wanted a place to, if I had something pretty that was on my desk, I just kind of wanted a place to glue it down. The other idea that you could do is do kind of a collage fodder or altered book, where you just take a book and start gluing things in. And so I might do that as well here coming up. But I'm super excited about this right now, just because I wanted to have really a beautiful place to write. And I will show you after this the work that I did last night in this journal, so you can see. And like I said, I'm probably going to make another one because I just have some beautiful papers and I kind of want to put them someplace special. And I'll go through that process of making a journal like this with you. I might put some of these up on for sale on my, because they're so fun to make, and it's just kind of freeing to have a journal where you can kind of come in and it's blank and you can add things as you feel like. So this is a piece of like leftover coffee dyed paper that I just paper clipped here, and I might finish this paper clip at some point. It's just kind of a slow and relaxing place to work and add things. You know, when you have something, when you have scraps, instead of throwing it into your scraps bin, why not stick it directly into your own work? So I have glued him in. That's good. Fantastic. I have this piece of sky. Maybe we should put that over his head. I have to cut this down, but this is beautiful paper. I don't want to waste this, but I can cut it up a little bit more so that it's, anyway, I don't think I'm going to use this right now because it's kind of chopped up. So, but I always have things like this just on my desk, waiting to find a place to live. And that's kind of how this journal is going to be built. Just things going on kind of willy-nilly, and we'll flip through it, do some journaling. What are you guys doing in August? Have you written a reflection? Do you write a reflection on your months? I like to when I, have time. Also, I finished the July Junk Journal Challenge, and that was big, and I really kind of wanted to journal about it a little bit. And so you saw like my stationery where I kind of wrote about that. I'm working on video editing, so that's kind of exciting for me. I'm learning lots of new skills. I'm excited about this job interview tomorrow. It's at the University of Tennessee, and it's a grant coordinator position, so it's kind of an admin position, and I've always worked in labs, so I don't think this will have any lab work. I think it's a little bit, I'm excited. Fingers crossed. I don't want to make any big plans until I have the job. So we'll see, but I think it could be really perfect to expand what I have done into something new. And build some new skills. I think I'm just going to put that right there. And that can be kind of, I love houseplants. I have over 200 houseplants. I am disclosing a lot of information that I really haven't talked about myself a whole lot. I have the 4 cats, you've seen them. I have 200 houseplants. I was out doing a little bit of gardening in my yard earlier, which was fun for me. It gets me outside and in the sunshine for a little bit every day, so that was good. I'm about to go mail some Happy Mail that I got ready for some stuff. Anyway, simple and easy. I'm going to go ahead and just find some sort of a color to put around this kid. I don't want to put, I might do green or something. I don't want to use this too much, but I think I'm going to find, I have my new my crayons, and so I think I'm going to use those to put kind of a border around this kid, and I'll do that now, and then I'll show you what I've been working on in this journal. Just look at this. I love this. This stencil came out really good, and I put a watercolor flower that I cut out over there. Just a great place to kind of play and think for a few minutes every day. And also, I mean, I'm posting this because people ask, what can you do with a junk journal, and what are you going to do? And when I show you this, that's really the intention, is this is how I'm, one way, this is what I love to do. So visual journaling is very much a cool thing to do with your junk journal, and filling it in, and it doesn't have to be, it's just a place to express yourself, whether it's doing a little bit of writing or it's in just kind of recording what you did. Here we were cleaning at home, we went to the zoo, we got a coffee at the zoo, it was lovely, very lovely, wonderful, and I wrote about Junk Journal July challenge that we were working on, and these are just short entries, very short entries, and then, you know, obviously you can put a piece of stationery in there and write, or write on a journal card. I have a couple in here, there's a pocket here, so you could put some stickers on there and have fun. I'm gonna go find my Neocolor crayons. Well, I saw this first and I grabbed my Inktense blocks because I think that'll be pretty on here, and I think it'll allow me to write over this a little bit better. Because of the blue here, I'm going to use this kind of blue color here, so he'll look like he's floating in the sky even though he's kind of surrounded in sand. Looks like he's asleep on the beach, doesn't he? This came from a National Geographic. I'm just going to put this in here. So these are water soluble. So I'm going to put a little bit of, water on this page. I don't want to get too much because this book page will kind of not hold up too much, but I think I can get away with a little bit of water. And, I mean, trying things in your junk journal is what I love to do. So you can see these are ink, the Inktense blocks, great medium to work with. And my watercolor brush. I am where I didn't fussy cut very well between his fingers. I'm just going to put a little blue in there. Nobody will ever see it. Blend him right into this page. I think that blue is a good choice because it doesn't look like sky, it looks like water. I love this boy. He just looks here so peaceful, like he doesn't have a care in the world. It's just such a beautiful, like, feeling. Just enjoying the day. So So he's a little blended in there now. I like it. It looks like he's just enjoying a float in the water. I love it. Okay, well, I'm going to show you what I've been working on in this journal a little bit. And I hope you have a great day. Look forward to picking up work in my journals, doing some pages, and I'm also going to show you some other techniques coming up for working in your junk journals. And that's kind of a Tuesday thing that I do, whether I'm making ephemera or doing techniques. I want to do some background papers, and so I'm really excited so you can make things like this, but we'll add some paper. Just love these colors. I might have to use this as inspiration for when I work on my background papers and get some really bright colors going. I know this isn't very vintage. This is my no vintage, no problem journal. So if you don't have vintage, be sure to check that out. And that'll be kind of something I try and do, modern collage. So bright colors and fun things in there. I hope you'll join me. Please be sure to, if you find value here, like, subscribe, so you can find me again. And I hope you have a great day. Until next time, stitch scrappy and scrap happy.